Okay, so in this video we're going to talk about density and look at how we answer some different questions. So first of all, we need our equation. We need to know that density is equal to the mass of an object divided by the volume of an object. So it's a measure just not of how much mass it has, but its mass compared to its volume. So it could have a tiny mass in a big volume and then it would be less dense, or it could have a big mass in a tiny volume and then it would be more dense. The units of density are kilograms per metre cubed, and we get that because we measure mass in kilograms and volumes in metre cubed. So when we divide kilograms by metre cubed, we get kilograms per metre cubed. In order to measure the density of an object, we need to measure two things. We need to measure its mass and we need to measure its volume. And if we want a definition of density, we can say that the density is the mass per unit volume of an object. So let's have a look at how we would measure the density of different types of objects in the lab. So first of all, let's start with a regular shape. So a regular shape is something that you might be given an equation for in maths. So here you've got a cylinder, here you've got a cuboid. And you know from maths that to calculate the volume of the cuboid, you do the height times the length times the width. So what you're going to do to calculate the density of this object is you're going to measure the mass with an electronic balance, and you're going to convert that into kilograms. And then you're going to measure the volume of the object by measuring all the different lengths that you need to know with a ruler. Okay, you don't need to worry about micrometers or vernier calipers yet. We'll use those at GCSE. But we're going to measure these different lengths with a ruler and then put them into the equation from maths and find the volume. And then with our mass and our volume, we can find the density. So if we now look at measuring the density of liquid, again we use the electronic balance to measure the mass of the liquid, and to do that we need to measure the mass of the container that we put the liquid in first, and then find the mass of the container and the liquid and subtract the two to find the mass of the liquid. And then we're going to measure the volume in a measuring cylinder. This will give us a volume in millilitres, and then we need to then convert millilitres into centimetres cubed, and then centimetres cubed into metres cubed. But you don't need to worry about that too much now, just bear in mind about the units. So, for example, if I measured a volume of 25 millilitres, that converts to 25 centimetres cubed, and then I need to convert centimetres cubed into metres cubed. Now this takes a little bit of careful thought, because if you imagine that you had a cube and it was 1 metre by 1 metre by 1 metre, oh, that's meant to be a metre there, and that side's 1 metre and that side is 1 metre, then we can imagine, if we imagine how many centimetres we've got across here, we've got 100 centimetres across here in this metre, and then I've got 100 centimetres across here in this metre. So in this area here, I've got 100 centimetres times 100 centimetres, which means I've got 10,000 centimetres squared in 1 metre cubed. But if I then turn this in 1 metre squared, if I then turn this into a metre cubed, I've got to have a think about these 100 centimetres here. So I've got 100 of these metres squared going backwards. So I've then got to do, if we then think about this volume here, put this down here, I've got 100 times 100 times 100. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which means that I have got 1 million centimetres cubed in 1 metres cubed. Which means that if I then convert this 25 centimetres cubed into metres cubed, I have to do 25 centimetres cubed, because that's how many I've got, divided by 1,000,000 centimetres cubed, because that's how many centimetres cubed there are in a metre cubed, and then I get 0.0000025 metres cubed. And that makes sense, because if you imagine a cube that was a metre by a metre, and then you imagine how much liquid you've got in terms of volume in your measuring cylinder, it is a really tiny number compared to a whole metre cubed. And then finally we're going to come to how we work out the density of an irregular solid. An irregular solid is something that doesn't have a shape that we can get an equation for in maths, so it's an irregular shape. Again, we measure the mass with an electronic balance. And then to find the volume, we're going to use a measuring cylinder or displacement can. So we have a certain amount of water in the measuring cylinder beforehand, and we write down that reading. And then we add the irregular object here, which is a rock, and the water level goes up. And we measure the new water level. And we take those two water levels away from each other. And that change in volume, that is the volume of the object. And then again, we need to convert from millilitres of liquid into centimetres cubed into metres cubed. So let's have a go at a couple of questions to check that we understand everything. Here the question says, a student wants to determine the density of a cuboid of material. He takes these measurements. So first of all, we're going to underline all the really important things. So we know it's a cuboid, that's really important. We know the mass, and we know all our masses here. And we're going to write out the things that we know here. Mass equals 173.2 grams, but it can't stay in grams, it's got to go into kilograms, so I'm going to convert that now. I've got 1,000 grams in a kilogram, so I'm going to have 0.1732 kilograms. I know that I've got a cuboid, so I'm going to draw myself a little diagram. And it's got a length of 10.1 centimetres, a width of 4.8 centimetres, and a height of 1.3 centimetres. And they want me to calculate the density, so I write out my equation for density. Density equals mass over volume. Now, I could start multiplying these numbers by each other straight away, but then I'd have to do that slightly confusing conversion between centimetres cubed and metres cubed. It's much, much easier to convert these numbers into metres before you work out the volume. So let's do that now. So 10.1 centimetres equals 0.101 metres. 4.8 centimetres equals 0.048 metres, and 1.3 centimetres equals 0.013 metres. So my volume is going to equal 0.101 times 0.048 times 0.013, and that equals 0.000063024 metres cubed. And then if I use those numbers to calculate the density, I've got the mass from up here divided by the volume from here, and that leaves me with 2,748 kilograms per metre cubed. Right, have a little look at this table above and see if you can fill in the missing numbers. They're all in the right unit, so you don't have to change any units. We've got metres cubed, kilograms, and kilograms per metre cubed. Write out your equations and then work out the missing numbers. Why don't you press pause, have a go at these questions, and then you can check the answers on the next slide. So here you've got the answers. I've given you your density equation, and if you want to check that you've rearranged it correctly, we've got mass equals density times volume, and volume equals mass divided by density. So that's density covered. If you've got any questions, let me know. Try some practice questions, and off you go.